you an idea of who integrators are, they are the whom we know to be couriers. And they are network providers for courier services, express services, and parcels of all sorts. They depend on their own internal network to deliver small parcels, packages, and whatnot to clients using the network partners. They are appropriately called integrators or system providers, and even some of them have the names of courier services. There are many that you know of. DHL started as couriers, FedEx are couriers still, and many more, UPS and others. They are freight forwarders who provide express services, that is express forwarding in light cargoes, parcels, using their own internal network. And I've given you examples, like you can pass on your parcel, letter, or any light cargo, or now they've gone into bigger cargoes to DHL, UPS, FedEx, and the other integrators, and they will forward it to their network partner at the destination that you want, so that they would intend dispatch or deliver it to your destination. And that's courier services. There are forwarders who are well endowed financially and equipment-wise, who may focus or provide service that we call international forwarding or universal forwarding. They provide comprehensive international service. You could rely on them for air transport, road transport, rail transport, sea transport, and even inland waterways. If forwarders are able to provide such a comprehensive international service, then they label themselves as what? International forwarding companies, or they could be called universal forwarders. And you could see in many of the companies, the names they have adopted to reflect this particular function. Specialized forwarding is when forwarders are specialized in one specific mode of transport or specific goods. Please, I want to repeat. Specialized forwarding is about what? Providing a function that makes the entity or the person specialized in a specific mode of transport. For instance, using only road transport, or maybe they may choose sea transport, air transport, and that is what they specialize in. Some specialized forwarders may focus on one particular good, say petroleum products, or say agric products. That makes them specialized forwarders, and they are quite different from international forwarders, even though their service would include shipping goods across countries. So merely specialized forwarding is about providing specific forwarding function, such as transportation in a particular mode, or providing service in a particular kind of cargo or goods. In modern times, some forwarders have trained and they have certification in heavy lifting or heavy transport and railroad specialists. Now, these courses in heavy lift or heavy lift transportation is available, and there is a company which provides training in this area, heavy lift. And I remember some time past, probably in 2015, I did attend one of these heavy lift master training programs in South Africa. And this is a specialized form of forwarding in which forwarders do handle out of gauge, very heavy cargo that requires special multi-wheeled equipment and very heavy cranes and lifting gear to provide their services. It requires really heavy equipment, and forwarders must be well endowed or have means to obtain equipment to provide such a specialized area of forwarding. Then we have logistics service providers, which we see out and about everywhere in these days. The approach of logistics generals is to keep the option of using different players for different operation functions. They may choose not to use their own resources, like the fleet of vehicles or terminals and staff, for all operations in the chain. Logistics service providers provide a system of multiple channels through which compatible freight can be shipped together. Here, for logistics service providers, which is quite opposite of integrators or network providers, LSPs reserve to themselves, the provision to use network partners, so that, for instance, they don't have to depend only on their fleet of trucks. If they have to deliver cargo and it requires specialized trucks, they have network partners who they could use their trucks. They could even share staff if required. They may not have to carry their staff everywhere. They could borrow staff from other forwarding companies who are or who may have a specialized skill or knowledge to provide a service for a client. So logistics service providers are always a team or a network of forwarders who depend on each other depending on the service they are providing. And it is quite different from integrators who only depend on their internal networks. Logistics service provider may not depend on their own internal devices, staff, terminals, or equipment. They reserve to themselves the right to depend on network partners to deliver services. So that is what logistics services providers are.